Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you've enjoyed the last two videos. See, I think God beg you, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And you have here and you have subscribed, please share with your family, friends, woes, enemies, friend enemies, exes, those that ghosted you. Please, my goal is to reach 2K subscriber by December. Let my goal come true. Thank you very much. Anyway, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm super excited today because I'm a one charming, young, and some gentleman who is my friend, but who is not on this YouTube video in a friendship capacity. Today, I'm speaking to a content marketer. I'm very sure that you enjoyed my last episode with Precious, the product marketing manager. Today, I felt to narrow down, I think that's the word, and get into the world of content marketing. What does it mean to be a content marketer? What does content marketing look like in Nigeria? If I want to become a content marketer today, what do I need to do? And I'm sure we're going to have an exciting conversation. We talk about, a bit about other things, but for now, let me let this young handsome man introduce himself. Hi, Michael.
Hi, Faith. How are you?
I'm fine. I shall be chosen. You people, award winning. See our picture of the award will show award winning content marketer.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So let's start. Hi, Michael. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm doing okay. How are you too?
I'm fine. How was your journey here?
It was fine.
What you
It was just
shot?
an Uber ride. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So a good way to start is people know you as a lot of things. What is it that people do not know about you?
I'm not sure there's a lot. Let me see. I honestly don't know. I'm trying to look for one.
I feel like you say a lot of things and share a lot of things.
Yeah. So I share a lot. So
But a lot of people don't know you're from Ogbomoso.
they probably do. I write about it in my newsletter.
Yeah,
They must know.
that's also true.
Unless they are not
You also
people that
subscribe.
read.
Yeah, Michael writes an exciting newsletter. You guys should
Thank you.
subscribe. The EL Club. It's
Yeah.
very deep.
Let me see. Something exciting. Does it have to be exciting?
No, it doesn't have to be
Does
exciting.
it have to
Just
be boring?
anything. Anything.
Oh,
that
anything about me
that
that
people-
people don't know.
Yeah, or people might not know.
I read a lot, but I don't read as much as people think I do. So yeah, I think there's this misconception that I read like 100 books in a year, and it's not true, to be honest. Sometimes I barely scrap 30 or 40 in a year. It's just that probably because I share what I read a lot, so people assume that. Yeah, so I read a lot. I say that a lot, but not as much as you think. Yeah, I also watch movies more than I read. So. Yeah.
That's actually true. And guys, I'm back. That's true because
Yeah.
what's your perception? People's opinion of you about books. My people's perception about me with K drama.
Oh.
So because I talk about K drama a lot, people
Yeah.
think bro, this year I probably just watched like 3 or 4 K dramas.
Yeah.
But because that one K drama that I'm watching for 1 month,
You're talking about it.
I'm going to keep talking. I'm going to write LinkedIn posts. I'm going to write Twitter posts. People think I watch. So when I'm in conversations or when I'm in K drama community and they're like, "Oh, have you seen this movie?" I'm like, "No." Have you seen this? It's on my wait list. Oh, have you seen this? It's on my watch list. So what do you watch? K dramas. Of course, I watch K drama. So I don't watch K drama as often as people think I am. So I totally can connect with that. Okay, great. So delving in,
Okay.
like Mr. Program would not like
Paul would say.
Yeah. From history and international relations to content marketing.
Yeah.
What's
Doesn't look like it, right?
They know resemble.
Yeah. Come to think of it, if you study history and international relations in Nigeria, you are probably bound to be doing something else in like a couple of years anyway.
Are you sure?
Yeah. You're most likely bound to be doing something else, let's be honest. I mean, are you going to be an historian in Nigeria? Like, can you be
You can study history of Jaja of Okubo.
Yeah, where does that get your pockets? Yeah, marketing was a coincidence for me, to be honest. I finished uni and so luckily, maybe not a good thing to say, COVID happened. So I was at home for a year and without pressure because everybody was at home.
So nobody was pushing you
Thanks
to
to
say,
the
"What are
lockdown,
you
yeah.
doing?"
So no one was pushing me to say, what are you doing with your life? So that break was very helpful for me because I used it to rest a lot from the pressure and everything. Then after that, I was doing freelance writing. And then 2021, COVID was already winding down and NYSC came and I got an opportunity to intern at Cowrywise, a fintech startup in Lagos, Nigeria, as a community manager. They were building a campus ambassador program and they needed someone to undo that. And I got recommended. I'm like, oh, okay, let's do it. And yeah, so that was how I got into marketing, actually. It just so happened that the raw materials for marketing, like writing and understanding people, were things that I already had. So I could like easily like fit into the role, like grow into marketing. So it was very coincidental for me. It could have as well been something else. But yeah, thank God it's market.
But thank God for marketing. So I loved that you talked about community management. And in my last video with Precious, there were questions I wanted to ask, but I just felt that, do you know what, I would ask my next guest. Oh, by the way, I should let you know that you are the first male guest.
Oh, wow, you just been bringing women into your
I
house.
just know that plenty.
Oh,
It's just you're my third guest. I am my first
oh, I'm even
male
number
guest.
3.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Talk about importance,
Oh,
right?
oh, hope you not affect our friendship.
It already is. This is the result of what our friendship has become.
No,
That
no.
I'm number 3 in your life.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
no.
let's continue. Let's continue.
Okay, so I want to talk about, so I speak, and one of the reasons why I've decided to like start bringing professionals to my YouTube, I speak to a lot of beginners.
Okay.
And I can share HR knowledge. I obviously have repute and records in terms of employability skills and training, but I also feel like it will be exciting when they hear directly from people that are in this profession as against me giving advice. So my question, I love that you talked about community management. You also talked about how your writing translated to content writing. So my first question will be, as a Nigerian, recent graduate, I want to get into content marketing. What should I be doing?
Yeah. You know what's interesting is that I was talking to a friend of mine today and I was like, I'm going to create an email course on getting into content marketing. So that I won't have to answer this question. I answer this question almost every other day, to be honest.
Oh, great. So next time,
Yeah.
so I actually just carry this YouTube video. At
Yeah,
least you do
yeah.
your email.
Saved me a lot of stress, right?
Right.
Yeah. So again, I would say what I'm about to share is not my experience, because I
It's an
kind of stumbled into
aggregated.
it. But it's like a formula that I've seen people use, and it kind of works. So you want to get into content marketing, you recent graduate, or maybe even a student. I would say take a course on on content marketing. Maybe HubSpot has a very simple, like the most basic course you probably find out there. It's free.
HubSpot,
Yeah.
HUBSPOT. Please take
Yeah,
notes.
very free, like easy to understand course on content marketing. Take that course, maybe take 2 more, just so you can understand what you actually want to do, so you can know what content marketing means, because it's not the same as just writing, which you probably already can do. I'm guessing so. So yeah, take that course, learn what content marketing is, and then practice your skills. So you can either practice alone, or maybe start your own blog, start putting out content, or what I would recommend is that you volunteer for either a community or a company. Maybe a friend's business, maybe a community that allows you to like show your skills, to learn and practice, and then also begin to hunt for internships. I think it's pretty much simple, kind of. It's like very straightforward. You learn what you want to do, and then you practice what you want to do. So learn maybe through courses, webinars, all of those things, and then
Practice.
start practicing. Yeah, on your own, volunteer for communities, for companies, and then start sticking out internships, entry level roles, and yeah, all of this. 6 months, 1 year, you're solid. I would say.
I love how you said it in very procedural stuff. So first is like discover that thing that is a strength for you, and then like start practicing those things. And you know, it's interesting because these are when people meet me, oh, I want to go to Canada, I'm like, do you have a blog? That's literally the first question I have. Do you have a blog? Do you have a newsletter? Is there somewhere I can go and say, oh, this is how this person writes? So you have not written about a product, and that's fine. You have not written about a service, that's fine. But you have been writing, and you know that's really forward thinking.
I think you can even write about the product. Like nothing stops me from writing about a content piece for Paystack. It doesn't. I don't have to work for them. It's just part of my portfolio. I don't have to work for them. So
That's
you don't have
actually
to. Yeah,
insightful.
you can do your research and just think through what kind of content would Paystack need on their blog as a B2B startup in Lagos, Nigeria, and then
B2B means
figure out.
business to business, by the way.
Yeah, and then figure out if you're a content marketer at Paystack, what would you be writing? So yeah, and you can write that. You don't have to work there for you to write that. That would be a
Perfect
much
way
better
to-
sample portfolio piece as opposed to maybe your
just
relationship
your-
problems on your blog.
Your breakfast. That's exciting. And just from that response, like 2 questions have come to mind, and I'm thinking in what order. Okay, so let me start this. What kind of content is produced? Because I know that content marketing is beyond written content. Most times, written content is always a good place to start. But for some people, I know because again, bragging right now, I've managed like tech talents for the last 5 years. I know that some people start content marketing with video, right? With video content, with short reels, and then they later discover maybe they can write, right? So while writing is always the most popular entry, it's not like the 100% or most certain. So what kind of content do companies produce, and how do all these content fit into the whole objective of content marketing? Maybe what's even the objective of content marketing? Okay, that's another question. But yeah.
Yeah. It's to sell. You're using content to sell something, to market a product. It's very simple, to be honest. You're using content to market a product. That's the difference between creative writing sometimes and content writing. Creative writing, you're just being creative and you're expressing
Your
a creative need.
creativity.
Yeah. So maybe I can write a non-fiction piece about my like anything, to be honest, my romantic life, my eating habits, or whatever the case may be, and
Saying
then
that in the cinema.
I'm just vibing, and then I can also write a piece about my eating habits, and then I link it to the fact that one of the reasons why I don't eat well is because I don't get to buy like foodstuffs easily. But then thank God for Go Lemon. Because of Go Lemon, I can now so that's content at that point. I'm not doing content marketing because now I'm selling a product. So
Hi, Go Lemon. Come and
uh,
sponsor my video. You don't give a shout out.
and I think, to be honest, every kind of content actually starts with writing. Even though I get what you mean by there are different kind of content. For a video content, you probably write a script, so
That's
starts
true.
with writing. For an audio, maybe a podcast, whatever, you have a direction, starts with writing. Every form of content, even visual content, there will be a brief for the designer to work with. Everything starts with writing. The hallmark of the foundational skill that you need to be a marketer, it's very sometimes very dicey to say, but
But
it's
it's
actually
actually
writing.
right.
Yeah,
Please say that again.
That's just
That's deep. Please
yeah.
take notes. Please say it again.
Yeah, the foundational skill you need to be a marketer is actually writing. That's the hard skill that you can develop into anything. So from there you can, because writing helps you to communicate with people, and that's what you need to do to market. You need to communicate to people that, hey, we're selling this in our company, come and get this. And yeah, writing helps with that a lot. So yeah, I feel like that's the foundational skill. But then there are other kind of contents. There's written contents like blog posts, ebooks, newsletters, white papers, all of these things. And then you have audio contents, podcasts, and the likes. And then you have visual content, obviously. There's graphic designs, vidcast. I think that's what you call it these days. And then videos like
What's
what we're doing right
vidcast,
now.
please?
Apparently, I think podcast
My
is the
30
audio version.
plus.
I didn't know that.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
to be honest, I'm surprised that you as you are.
Interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know that the video version
It's
is
called
vidcast. Yeah,
vidcast.
I heard it like last week. I'm like, who are the people that are coming up with these things?
Hey,
Yeah.
thank you for that very
Yeah,
important.
it may be wrong anyway. Don't take my word.
But I
take
will
my word
research
for it.
afterwards.
Yeah. So there's obviously videos like this. So basically, audio content, written content, video content, and visual like designs and stills and all of those things. So yeah, I think that's it.
That's really exciting. So I want to take a segue. Someone will hear segue now. We think that we.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. What does that mean?
But it's not. So a slight detour, from content, and I'm asking this because I know that a lot of people. One, I think that people do not. I think it's changing, but people do not know how important community management is, right? And I'm just asking this because I know at some point in your career, you were a community manager. So two questions in one: what is the role of community management to like the general growth? And then, do you think that there is any link or bridge between community management and content marketing?
I think it is. So I think what good content does is to build a community for you. I think that's the result, that's the end result of great content.
Please say that again.
So what
What
good
good
content
content
does
does
is to build a
is build a
community for
community
you. So
for
for
you.
example, you see these Nigerian influencers, skit makers, guys and everything. And then you see that in like a short period of time or sometimes a long period of time, they end up having like this large
Loyal.
community of people that are following them and everything. And that's what good content does. You don't start out saying, okay, you start out saying I want to build a community, but the way to build it is to you have to share something.
Yeah.
So that's what eventually
People are interested in.
yeah. So that's what good content does. So I think there's obviously that link is there. So for example, I saw this video recently, like you Wasabi's video on this other person's show. I've forgotten her name.
Chinasa Anokam.
Yeah, I think that's the word. That's the name. And I saw the video, and then I saw it on TikTok. So people were now like, so I think Chinasa was asking Lai that who was the last person he put in prison?
Oh, okay.
And then Lai was like Oshokore Emmanuel. And then the search box says Oshokore Emmanuel. So people were going from that video to go and watch the old Oshokore Emmanuel video, which is funny because I'm like, so you guys didn't know Oshokore Emmanuel's video
before.
But that shows that Chinaza's content has created a kind of community for her. that those people probably, their own community probably don't even know
No
Oshokori
lie.
Mane. I'm in Lai's community. So the reason why I'm watching China's videos now is
It's
because of
because
Lai's
of
content. But the reason why those ones are watching Lai's video now is because of China's
Oh
content.
my
So
God.
what content does is to create your own community for you. So Salem King has his own community. And then we can now expand it to companies. Because you're working as a content marketer, you're trying to use that content. So Piggyverse, for example, they have a community. You see this event, Founders Connect, Builder Summit, and people were like, Okara to pick, people were picking Piggyverse and everything. The content they put out also helps a lot. The tweets are very vibey, they are very cute and interesting and everything. Carwise does more informational, educational content. If you're trying to figure out your life, you probably want to go to Carwise blog so that your brain can be reset with the kind of content that you see there. Do you get it?
And think that financial.
Yeah, and figure out your life. If you're someone who you're probably maybe working class already, you have it good to a particular point, you most likely vibe more with what Piggyverse is putting out. So the kind of content you put out, it builds that community for you. You probably have a community of people that are interested in either employability or HR. Do you get it? If I'm going to check my community, it's probably people that read a lot or people that may be interested in content marketing. Do you get it? I don't think anyone in my community would say they want to become an HR professional or
They
whatever.
want to watch K-drama.
Yeah.
Women
Do you get?
football.
So yeah. So I feel like that's the link between
Community
content marketing and community.
So one of the many goals of content is to
It's to build a community for you. So you can always have people to share your content with.
That's interesting. So I'm not sure if I know I asked the question almost similar when we started, but I'm not sure if it's clear. So I want to ask in a very clear, direct way. I am a graduate today. What do I need to do starting my career in content?
Yeah, you asked actually. So let me just say it again in case. So it's again just what I said earlier. You take a course in content marketing. I recommend the HubSpot course, and then you practice what you've learned. You volunteer or you do your own thing. You start your own way. Start writing, creating content your own way, and then you start applying for internships and entry level roles. Content marketing, I believe, is kind of easy to get into. I mean, because you can learn very fast. You can take courses and learn already. What you need is a job that will take a chance on you, so you can actually practice what you've learned. I think that's the most important part of it. So yeah, that's what I would say.
That's very helpful. So what does an everyday look like for you?
It's very dicey, to be honest. The majority of what I do currently is not just content marketing anymore. They get so I manage a marketing team, so which means in that team there's a content marketer. So so that person does a lot of the content. So I do more like overseeing, but most of my days are Google Meets, which is I don't know, man.
At least we have to go through. It's not Microsoft Teams.
Yeah,
that Microsoft Teams side.
That would be disturbing. So yeah, most of my days are Google Meets. So my typical Monday looks like no meetings till 12 p.m. Then I have a meeting from 12 to like 1:30 p.m. Then I have another meeting from 3 to 4. Then 4 to 5. So the only time I get to join into normal days in the morning. Once it's like afternoon, it's just meetings all through to the end of the day. And so it's mostly that catching up with my team members, catching up with other team members, like their marketing is working with cross-functional roles, and then catching up with the management. So it's a lot of meetings, to be honest.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
As a content marketer, I think
I was going to say that
my day-to-day would be more research and writing. I love content marketing a lot because it's just exciting that you can. I feel like it's one of the aspects of marketing where you actually get to be creative, and I'm putting social media marketing under content because it's also a place that allows you to be very creative. Like you can decide now that one of the content pieces I've ever written that I feel very proud of is my article on generational poverty for CareerWise, and it's so interesting that I got to write that article because it's something that I can relate to. They get it, and it's also something that works for the company. And I think that's how very creative you can be when you're a content marketer. You can decide, okay, I struggled so much to move to Lagos. Now I work for a prop tech, or I work for a health tech, or I work for a ed tech. I can write about it. Like just
and
your
there's
experience.
an intersection between that experience.
Yeah. So I feel like your day-to-day as a content marketer would be a lot of writing. You need to love writing. It has to be interesting to you, and then a lot of reading too, because you're going to be researching a lot. You're going to be reading other people's content to figure out how to make yours like a lot better. So yeah, reading and writing, to be honest.
Yeah, I love that you mentioned reading, especially research, and I love that you referenced that you referenced because
Yeah.
I think it was one of the best articles that I
Thank
read.
you.
Another outstanding article, shout out to Alma Asinobi, was that series on just countries' behavior to money,
Yeah.
and that was very unique to
Traditional
write,
views
like
on, yeah,
traditional
yeah.
views
Very, very
about money.
interesting.
And yes, I totally agree with just being a good researcher. I think, and I agree with you, that at the low level, like there's in my, for those that have not watched the video, please go back to watch it. In my video about transitioning into a new career, like career plans, I feel like content marketing is actually one of those careers that you can easily scapegoat the easily, but like there's a low barrier of entry
Yeah.
because you just need to write enough, write consistently enough, make your content visible to the right kind of people, and people will be able to like.
I think for entry level roles, it's like comparatively in comparison to
Other
other forms of
fields, yeah.
marketing and roles, it's probably the easiest to get into.
Oh, interesting. That's interesting. So, at this point, are you reconsidering your career? Do you want to move from nursing to?
Oh no, stay in your nursing. No, I beg in the name of God. You're saving
Okay,
lives.
that's exciting. So, a bit your relaxation because we've been doing marketing.
Oh,
Coda or Notion?
you already know my answer. So it's so funny. Jasmine, that does SEO, was tweeting recently that how do people like to receive their content, and so she put PDF, she put I think Word document, and then she put Notion. I'm like, who is receiving their content in Notion?
Notion.
Like, who is doing that to themselves?
Okay, I
Like,
needed you, we don't like that.
like who is doing that? Notion is good for templates, which I still don't enjoy. I think the reason Coda for me, I think I should answer. The reason why I love Coda is because I believe that productivity tools should be very easy to use. If I'm looking for the bare, I'm just looking for
Bare
what would
minimum.
make my
I don't
life
want to use.
productive. Yeah. So and Coda does that for me. I've tried Notion multiple times. It just feels like it's already stressing me, and you're supposed to be making my life easy. So
So
as a
why are you
productivity tool,
stressing me?
yeah. So definitely Coda. Coda.io. I love them so much.
Great, bless you. We should
Yeah.
make you Coda ambassador. So interestingly, in my last 5 years, I've worked with Coda for a long period, and I've also worked with Notion for a long period. I'm not going to tell you my answer,
It's
but
Coda. I know.
why now?
It's
You have
Coda.
to let everybody know that you're my
It's
friend.
Coda because if you want to start something now today, your mind won't think of opening an entire
Okwe, I'm
Notion,
sorry. Okwe
an
Aruka,
entire
sorry.
Notion doc. You just open Coda because Coda is so easy. Coda.io and you're good to go.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
know that Notion first. Oh,
it's
yeah, please
definitely
leave a
Coda.
comment in the comment section. Are you Team Notion or Team Coda?
Most people
Let's
would say
know.
Team Notion because they've never used Coda.
Well,
Yeah, that's
that's
why.
true. Yes, so I
That's
think that
because that's what they
the
know.
next challenge is that you should try out
That's
Coda.
what
Coda
they're
is
used to.
live, guys. Coda is live.
Yeah.
I've used Coda to plan a lot of things for my life. In fact, this YouTube that we are shooting, I used Coda to plan it out,
Yeah.
right? So, okay, great, lovely. A quick game.
Okay.
Pick number 1 to 5.
One.
So audacious. What book do you think that, and it's interesting, this number one, the question that is interesting, but yeah, what book do you think that every professional should try to read?
It's very dicey for someone like me because I don't read a lot of
That's why I
self-help.
said
But let me see.
that.
Yeah, I'll have to find one now. Professionals.
Yeah.
I would say it's not a book, to be honest.
Yeah.
But okay, I would say a book. Then I would say what I actually
So
read.
number 2,
Which
I
is
thought you picked number 2, which is podcast.
oh,
So,
not
okay,
even
then we do
podcast.
number 1
So
and 2.
yeah, okay, that's very fine.
Yeah.
If, for a book, I think you should just read Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. Uh, not just as a professional, just as a human being that exists, to be honest. Yeah, but for professionals, I would say Paul Graham's essays. Just read everything, to be honest. Startup is growth. A lot of Paul Graham's essays. I like the way he breaks things down. And for someone who is working in tech and someone who is like a professional, you would find it very useful. The kind of advice that he gives. Podcasts. I also don't listen to a lot of podcasts. I think I read a lot more articles than all of these other things that you're mentioning. But yeah, learn this podcast for sure. Again, this is a lot of product-centric advice. This won't be used for you if you're an HR professional. I'm so sorry. But yeah, learn this podcast is one, I would say. I think that's probably the only podcast I
I'm
can
surprised you didn't
recommend.
mention Ali Abdul because I know you
Oh
say-
yeah, professionals. Sorry, I'm not thinking. That's fine. I'm thinking work. Yeah, I love those videos that are the best. I watched one when I was coming here where he was talking about he clocked 30 recently.
Oh.
And so he was making
I
a
got money.
yeah, clocked 30 because apparently he started his YouTube video. I think 7 years ago.
Yes.
His YouTube channel 7 years ago. Yeah,
23.
yeah. So he was now showing us the journey of what it looks like after 7 years and how he coincident, a mistake. It was not being a photographer was not planned for him.
Yes,
He
yes, it
took a
was a
break
bit of
from work because of wanted to take a
medical.
1 year break, and then COVID happened, and then he
He just
just after
leveraged
COVID,
that.
just like I'm not going back to the hospital anymore. So yeah, I think that would be good. Okay, so yeah, that now reminds me of the other Asian that I love, which is Kurtzgesagt, Kurtzgesagt. It's a German
Yeah,
word.
that name already sounds
Yeah,
German.
that's why it
It
sounds
sounds
like that.
like
Yeah,
it's the big league.
yeah, love their
SD
videos.
long.
Love their videos. Love their videos. So yeah, I think yeah, latest podcast for products centric guys, marketing, management, whatever the case may be, founders, and then that's for just professionals and human beings that are alive, and then Ali Abdal's podcast for people that want to be productive. Yeah, but if you want to read stuff, programs, essays, and then Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell.
That's very good. That's
Yeah.
very good. No, I see why you are friends. We are friends. So I said that, guys, because he knows that Malcolm Gladwell is one of my favorite
I
authors.
love him.
Yeah, and he also knows that I read program essays. Mind forget the beef that we have with him. I think that is one of. I think he writes like Destiny Ogedengbe writes. I love people. I don't. People say I'm a good writer. I don't think that I've got to that level yet. I love when people that are able to accurately break down their thoughts and express it in a way that you can connect with. So before we move away from marketing and content marketing and community management and all that, how do you think that content marketers can show their importance in a company? Maybe a prelude to that question is, what's even the importance of content marketing to an organization? And then maybe second part is, how can content marketers now show this value?
Content marketing is like it's like so it's what you do when you're trying to woo someone, right? So you can either say you be my girlfriend straight up, or you can say one of the things I've been paying attention to as I entered this room is the way you actually talk. I like the way you talk. It's exciting. Listening to you is like it's like I'm just listening to someone who is speaking wisdom, but at a very like calm rate and everything. I just enjoyed listening to you, and I want to listen to you for the rest of my life. Will you be my girlfriend?
God.
So there are two. You can say the
That's
first one.
touching.
I'm not saying it to you. You can say the first
Of
one,
course not.
and then you can say the second one. Content marketing is the second one. It's you. You can either say, come and save money, come and do payments with us, or you can write an article that says 5 ways to do payments in Africa, or why your payments are not going through. So you are wooing the person to come in. So then they come in and realize that the solution to their problem is your product. So yeah, it's a no-brainer. It's why people who sell wristwatches would open Instagram page and be posting pictures of their this, so they can woo you to come and be like, hey, I like this wristwatch.
It looks good.
Instead
It's
of just
visually
posting, come and buy
appealing.
my wristwatch, come and buy my wristwatch. Do you get it?
Post
It's
the
yeah. So
pictures.
that's you're wooing people. You're wooing the market to come to you. So how would you show your importance? I think it's the inverse of this question would actually be that if people that are hiring you should know why they are hiring you, they should know your importance. That's I usually dislike when
I have to show.
yeah, I believe that you do have to, right? But if you constantly have to always prove
Your worth.
why you're hired, maybe the people that hired you won't know why they're hired you in the first place. But I believe that you should also show your importance, even for your own self, so you know that you're not wasting your time. So yeah, I recently wrote a LinkedIn article on. I've not published it yet, but by the time it's out, I've
Yes, we
published
publish it so that we'll be able to link it.
and everybody has asked me, I don't know why I've not. It's published.
Publish,
On
publish.
how to write reports as marketers, and that answers this question. I think content marketing is one of the easiest things to actually measure, if you want to be honest, because a lot of the tools used for content marketing, they come with inbuilt analytics too. So your last episode was talking about Prince was talking about mixed panel, all of this that you have to set up. With content marketing, you don't have to set anything up. They've already set it up for you. If you put out a blog, an article, or a video on YouTube already has analytics. You can see yourself how many people are watching, like without setting up anything. So you can easily measure the result of your content if you want to be if you want to be honest with yourself. So yeah, I would say write regular reports, monthly reports, to be honest, and see what progress looks like, and make sure that the people that need to see the reports see it. They get it, and always ask them that okay, what's the most important thing to the business right now? What are we prioritizing right now as a business? Then see how you can use content to drive results to that. So yeah,
That's very helpful. So if you're a content marketer and you have been struggling with just measuring your impact or showing the impact of your work, there you have it. Now, away from content marketing,
okay.
because I didn't want to make this like very content marketing centric. Random Lagos 101.
Oh, Lagos.
The city that scared you.
Oh, yeah, I hate Lagos, but go ahead.
Yes, it's very random things.
Another thing about Lagos.
Someone that is watching this video from Ogbomoso.
Like,
Or
no, go much, all right.
Ibadan. Or
How would I say?
Akure.
I'd say come to Lagos. Yeah, I think you should, to be honest. Mostly just for the exposure. And I don't say exposure as a like as a mark of excellence on Lagos, but just because it's the place where all the madness of Nigeria is congregated. So you should come and witness some part of that madness,
At least.
and then you can decide to leave. You get, or you can be entrapped, like some of us.
You
get
know.
it? And then I also say that if you're not born in Lagos, if you're not a Lagos person, try to maintain your level of sanity because it's rare. People that are born in Lagos and bred in Lagos, they probably don't have that level of sanity. So what the things you're complaining about, always keep complaining about them. Don't let them become normal to you because they are not normal. Do you get it? Lagos people are just the ones that are not okay. Like, I'm serious. Like,
Thanks for yabbing us.
I was at Okwebi one time, and then somebody jumped on my Uber, like he jumped on the bumper and on the boot, and I was like, and I was asking the rider that somebody's at the back of the car,
And the guy just got on driving.
and I was like, oh, that's how they do it. That I should not worry. Like, how is that even normal? Like, all these kids, these guys that skate.
Oh my god.
So they skate and then they
Yeah,
hold
they
onto
get
your
up,
car
yeah, as
until
they
get
driving
up.
force.
How is that normal? Yeah, the only reason it's only
Sorry.
Lagos that such madness has been normalized. So yeah, so I would say maintain your sanity.
That's the
Most of the things I think Lagos is not normal.
Oh,
And then most importantly, if you don't like Lagos, you can always leave. I feel like that's something that most people are not
Don't
very
know,
proud to
yeah.
do or
Like,
confident
right
to
now
do.
I want to go
Just
to
walk
Ibadan,
your
man.
exit. Yeah, just be like, you can always walk out your exit plan. Maybe to
If I find a fully remote
Abuja
role,
or
I'm really
or
Abuja.
to
Please, one company in
or to
Abuja
New
should call
York.
me.
Yeah.
Amen. In Jesus' name, fire
Yeah.
UK.
Yeah.
Exciting. So my last question is you asking me a question. So I just felt like let you know
Oh.
that So before my last question, again, just for people that might have stuck through because of our melodious voices, but not marketers. What is 3 general career advice you have for any professional?
The last video, you were asking Precious what movies she thinks professionals should watch, and I actually had a couple of ideas that I was going to share in this video. I think everyone should watch Suits. I love
God,
Suits.
yes.
Not for the legal knowledge. I don't think there's much of that, to be honest. But for the
For you, because you don't understand law. There's
also
actually
because
a
it's
lot
not
of
realistic.
legal. Oh, well.
Yeah, because I mean, if you ask Destiny, that's not the life he is living.
Yeah.
Destiny is not closing deals in 20 minutes.
That's true.
Yeah, so it doesn't happen that way in real life. They don't just walk in, do like this in their suits, and then they are automatically like, or they abuse people, and then that's it. That's not how it works.
They psychologically walk up people.
Exactly. So yeah, I would say because it teaches you the grind, which is something that I believe that if you're like a young professional, you should have. There's this tweet that was going around yesterday about about the different perspective to life that people are currently around. People are right now, they are saying your 20s, you must work hard, make your money, invest. Your 20s are the time that you won't have again. And there's another parable that's saying your 20s are the time for you to enjoy yourself, travel, explore, see the world. It's like everybody's fighting themselves. The people that are telling you to grind,
They know why they are
the
saying
hustle
it.
culture. And then there's another people telling you that you only live once, which is true, to be honest, guy. You only live once. If you like, use all your life to do Google Meet. By the time you're
Yeah, even like it's all Microsoft Teams and Zoom.
by the time you're 35 and 40, there's nothing else and everything. But I think when you watch it, you probably see that come alive. How that Microsoft is constantly trying to not be sucked into that grind. And people like Avi are already sucked into the grind. There's no, yeah.
Like I said, I have to go and see my grandmother. Just
Yeah,
like what grandmother, I have to close the
or
deal
how
tomorrow.
Miss Lit has managed to balance everything. He goes
Yes.
to the ballet, he still has weird fun while he's still doing a good job as a lawyer. So I think everybody should watch it. I also think people should watch The Intern. The Intern is about this old man that comes back to him.
I wrote an ebook, Chronicles of an Intern, and I started writing that ebook after watching the Intern for the second time.
I think everyone, particularly because I like that it teaches you kindness, which is not something you get a lot in the corporate world. And I think the last thing I think everyone should watch is it's also a legal series. Funny enough, How to Get Away with Murder. Annalise Keating and Viola Davis. Particularly, not for the legal or whatever, but just for you to know that if you're already disadvantaged, according to certain, maybe you're black or you come from a minority group, you have to do 2 times the work. To get the same result that other people would, to get the recognition, because in the movie Viola Davis was and is a black woman and who is now a lawyer again, and so it was all of that. And then I think in the movie she was or she is bisexual in the movie. The character is bisexual, which also was a minority group in that particular movie. So yeah, it just if you're watching it probably in Nigeria, which also means you're already disadvantaged significantly. So it would be good to watch that
Except
video to
you're
see
a
how.
politician's daughter or son.
Yeah, or son. See how you can actually get out of that. So I would recommend those movies. Now, basic career advice. I would say don't be too quick to be a senior professional. Like,
Say that again.
yeah, don't be too quick to be a senior professional. I say this because
Don't hustle for titles.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
say it's not manager and lead.
Yeah.
Please
To
continue.
be honest, there's nothing there, to be honest. I have managers I have manager at the back of my name. But I also am aware of the fact that if I do enter some companies, I'm an associate. Like, it's just as simple as that. Yeah, those things are irrelevant in my opinion, quite frankly. So don't be so quick to call yourself a senior. I know someone, I see people, for example, I know them because I was there when they started their career, and all of a sudden they are now, they call themselves maybe, I don't know what they are not. Do you get it? I think you can, because we're in a society where you have to do thought leadership, or you think you have thought leadership, everyone believes that they are a leader. The thing is, you can share knowledge. You don't have to be a leader. You can just share knowledge. I don't think I'm a thought leader in marketing because there are people that I look up to and I really see what they are putting out. So, for example, Peace to Me has been doing marketing since.
Since you were
Like,
writing your final
what am
year
I
exam.
doing? Like, what am I doing? Can we just be honest? Do you get it? For example, for marketers therapy, Ferry has worked in Carrywise, Flutterwave, Nestcoin, Pillow, Senora now. There's nobody, I don't think there's anybody that has worked in as many fintech companies as head of marketing. Do you get, or maybe marketing manager and everything. So those are people that, I mean, I would regard as thought leaders. But the funny thing is that they also probably are people that when they get to them, they are students. So I would just say being humble for a very long time helps you to be able to learn easily. Because the problem is that if you've already called yourself a thought leader now, people will know that you don't know what you're saying.
They'll just assume,
They will
and then you're not
be inviting you
settled.
to Twitter space. They'll be inviting you to webinar. So instead, people that you're supposed to be learning from, you can't go to them again because pride has conquered your ego. Do you get it? Why you can?
And even the society has set you up.
Yeah, you've been set
allowed
up.
the
That's the
society
thing.
to
You've been
set
set
you
up to a point where they put you on a pedestal. So for you to come down and learn from other people has now become very difficult for you. So I think the fine balance would be, if you want to put out content, share what you know, share what you're experiencing, no problem. But there's no need to give yourself a title that you don't have. So that's the first thing. Another thing, the second thing would be that you should document your work, either openly or privately, whatever the case may be. Document your work. It's very important. Not just for whatever career benefit that would bring, but also for yourself, because you want to look back and say, okay, 5 years ago, what was I doing? It was not just a waste of time. And then the last thing would be that you should actually have time to like have fun or to like rest. I manage to read and watch videos and watch YouTube videos and watch Netflix and everything, and prioritize things that actually make me happy. And I think
It does, guys.
some people don't, because you can get sucked into the grind, to be honest. So I think just prioritize, because just prioritize what you think makes you happy. Like, a lot of the things about corporate world is very fleeting. The company can shut down tomorrow. And that's just it, and everything. So you need to prioritize those things that make you happy. So and in programs, make sure that find balance between what you like and what makes you money. So
No, I mean, this has been a very rich
That's
conversation. Yeah. So
Thank
my
you,
last
sir.
question, of course, is for you to ask me a question.
Very rich conversation. Okay. I need to ask you a question. Oh yeah. So before now, I was talking about my YouTube show about relationships.
Don't do this.
I should not ask you that.
No, please go ahead.
Let
Please
me
go
be
ahead. I was
nice
just
to you.
joking.
Okay, I should ask you my question.
Yes,
I was
yes.
asking.
No, please ask any question. That's the idea. Ask me a question. You can ask two. That's why you're
I should
my
ask
friend.
two. Okay, good.
You're my
So
friend.
I'll ask one, and I'll ask another one. What's your biggest career regrets? What do you regret the most that you didn't do or that you did?
Ha! Hey, yo, TM, mun kekere.
If you can be open about it.
So I have 2 career regrets. This first one is very tricky, and I realized it last year on a podcast. Is that I left finance too early. So you can go back to watch my old videos on how I transitioned into HR and all that. I'm grateful to God for how HR has turned out for me. I'm super delighted. I have a blossoming career. I don't have a job right now. Please, I'm waiting for Netflix to call me. Companies have shanked me. You can watch my previous videos. But actually, compared to a lot of people, I actually have a blossoming HR career. But I feel like I left finance too early. I feel like I didn't put in the grind because I just said I do not like numbers. I don't like figure. I don't like maths. So finance is not for me. I feel like if I could go back, for context, 2020, I was already doing HR. I attended a finance academy and I came third in the graduating exam. And I was already actively doing HR. Like, I mean, GE, I already spent like 18 to 20 months in HR at GE. I attended a finance academy and I came third. That's how much I was still embedded into finance. That just 4 years ago. So, and that 2020, if I had probably gotten like an entry role, investment banking role in one top finance company, locally or globally, I might have dumped HR in 2020. Yes, so it's not so much of a regret because I have a blossoming career, but there's also the what ifs that existed. The second one was being loyal to a company. Yeah. So when I was at a starting company, I got a lot of offers, but there were 2 that I said no to that were very painful. The first one was after my 250th day. I had written an experience. Yeah, I documented your journey. Guys, documenting your journey. So I documented my journey. And the CEO of a very, now doing very well company. They were not that doing very well, but they were also okay, right? And the CEO entered my DM and said, "What's your current pay? I will double it. I want you to join my team." But because I had just spent 8 months in this company, it just didn't make sense for me. I like leave the company after 8 months. In retrospect, I wish that I took that offer, right? And then I got a lot of other offers. So yeah, just staying loyal to a company is a big regret. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I have another question.
Yeah, so you have to ask what I know.
Okay, where do you see this channel? Like, in the next like 5 years? Where do you see this
Hey,
channel?
tell me about when you. That's a very interesting question. So, guys, I don't think I've shared your YouTube channel before, but I started YouTube accidentally, guys. And it's interesting because I started YouTube accidentally during COVID. A friend of mine, a videographer, was looking to create content. I was looking for content creators. So, I shot 3 videos. And if you go to my old videos, you will see them. And I took a long break in 2021 till like November, December. And it's literally thanks to my cinematographer in front of me and this big head here that my YouTube came back. So now that it has come back, in 5 years, I think that I want beginners and mid-level professionals to come to my YouTube and learn. Not just profession, about life. I'm shooting a video about friendship that might come out sometime soon. I'm shooting a video. I've already shot a video on books you should read in your 20s. I'm shooting a video with my 30 plus friend very soon, and we're just going to talk about what life looks like. So I want you as a professional to want to come to a channel and not just learn about HR or employability, but learn about being a complete professional. So in 5 years' time, and I intentionally did not say in 5 years' time I want to have 10,000 subscribers.
How many
I want to
subscribers do you
be,
think you'll have in 5 years? Pick a number.
50,000.
Okay.
I have 1,500 now. But
49,000.
things going, 49,000 in 5 years.
All right,
yeah.
cool.
So.
We'll check back.
Great. Michael, thank you so much. It was great having a conversation with you as a content marketer and my friend.
Yeah.
Maybe
Good
one day in
talking
the
to you.
nearest future. So that we hit 50,000 subscribers in 5 years, please
And
like.
share
Should I
with
do that?
someone.
You people. Please like, subscribe, share within your communities. My content are very rich. I can guarantee you. And then, I'm inviting very smart people, So please, I think God beg you, share my content. Thank you. Like, subscribe, and share. God bless you. See you in the next episode. Bye.